Hello, in this video we are going to solve this exponential problem. This is x to the power of 2 minus x to the power of 3 and this equals 12. Now, for us to solve this problem, we are simply going to start by dividing this 12 into two parts. And one of the parts or one of the numbers here will be 4 and the other number here will be what? 8, because 4 plus 8 is 12. Now, I'm going to show you the reason why we have decided to split this 12 into these two numbers. If you observe on the left-hand side here, we have 2 here and we also have 3. Now, these two numbers here, we can simply express them in this form because this 4, I can write it as 2 to the power of 2 plus the 8 here, I can also write it as 2 to the power of 3. Now, at this point, the two powers here, you see we have power 2 here and we also have power 2 here. And also there's power 3 here and we also have power 3 here. So this was the reason that we decided to divide this or split this 12 into these two parts, because we wanted these exponents to actually match up. So we have x to the power of 2 minus x to the power of 3 equals, instead of writing 12, we are going to replace this with 2 power 2 plus 2 to the power of 3. And don't forget that 2 to the power of 3 is 8, that is 2 times 2 times 2, while 2 to the power of 2 is 4, that is 2 times 2. So the next step will be to move each of these across this equality sign. Now remember, we have positive. Each of these numbers here is positive, so that means when it crosses this equality sign, when each of the numbers crosses the equality sign, it's going to change to negative. So this will be x power 2 minus x power 3 minus 2 power 2 minus 2 power 3 equals 0. I've successfully moved each of the numbers across this equality sign. Now, let's arrange them in order of their exponents. Exponent 2, exponent 2. So I'm going to have x power 2 minus 2 power 2. Exponent 3, exponent 3. I'm going to have, this is minus x power 3 because there's minus here, minus 2 power 3. And this equals 0. So we can decide to group this. We have x power 2 minus 2 raised to the power of 2. Now there's minus here, there's minus here. I can factor that minus out. I have minus, this divides this minus, this will be x power 3. And this divides this minus, this will be plus 2 power 3. And this equals 0. Now it's now time to expand each of these. If you look at what we have here, this is the difference of two squares. If you have a squared minus b squared, this equals a minus b times a plus b. That is for this one here. And for this one here, we have a power 3 plus b power 3. This equals a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b power 2. So this is another way of expanding this. This is the way of expanding this. And remember, in each of these cases here, our a is now x based on this equation, while b is now what? 2. Take note of this. So we are going to make use of that in order to expand. Now let's start with this difference of two squares, which we are going to use this. We have x minus 2 times, there's also x plus 2. And there's minus here, I have minus. Then I make use of this, which is the expanded form of what we have here. This is x plus 2 times x squared minus x times 2 plus 2 squared. And this equals what? 0. So at this particular point in time, I can factor out the common term, which is this. I have x plus 2 This will divide x plus 2. I have x minus 2. And this will divide x plus 2. I will have x squared. This multiplies this, that is 2x. This raised to the power of 2, that is plus 4. And this also is in bracket, remember. And this equals 0. So we proceed with our solvings. We have x plus 2 times, this is x minus 2. It's now time to expand this using this minus. Minus times x squared, this is minus x squared. Minus times minus 2x, this is plus 2x. Minus times plus 4, this is minus 12. And this equals 0. So let's have it right here. We have x plus 2 times, let's simplify this. Starting with the one with the highest power, which is this. And this is minus x power 2. So x here plus 2x here, that is plus 3x. Minus 2 minus 4, this is minus 6. And this equals 0. So we can decide to equate each of these to the 0. Have you seen that? We have x plus 2 equals 0 or negative x squared. Then we have plus 3x minus 6 equals 0. So these are the two equations we are going to solve. We have a linear equation here and also a quadratic equation here. So for the linear equation, we simply move this over here. That is x equals negative 2. This is one of the solutions. This is, in fact, one of the real solutions that we have gotten so far. Now let's solve this quadratic equation in order to find the other solutions. Now for us to solve this, remember the coefficient of x squared here is negative. So we need to convert this to positive because the general quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c, and this equals 0. This is the general form of a quadratic equation, and the coefficient here is positive. So this is negative, we need to change it to positive. So for us to do that, we need to divide each of the terms here with negative 1. So negative x squared divides negative 1, we have positive x squared. 3x divides negative 1, we have minus 3x. Negative 6 divides negative 1, we have plus 6. And this equals 0 divided negative 1, that is 0. This is now the right format of the quadratic equation that we are going to solve. And we are going to solve this using the formula method. We have x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4 times ac divided by 2a. So right now, 1 is the coefficient of x squared, that's my a. Negative 3 here is the coefficient of x, that is my b. 6 is my constant. I'm going to insert them right here. So I will simply have x equals negative b, negative times negative 3 plus or minus square root of b squared, negative 3 to the power of 2 minus 4 times a times c, and this is divided by 2 times a, that's 2 times 1. So from here, I will have x equals, this is 3 plus or minus square root of, this is 9, minus this is 4 times 6, that is 24, divided by 2. So from here, I'll have x equals 3 plus or minus square root of, so this is negative 15, and this is divided by 2. So from here, we have x equals negative, this is 3, plus or minus This is minus here. I can take square root of -1 times square root of 15 divided by 2. So from here, I will have x equals 3 plus or minus. This square root of -1 is I. That is imaginary number I. So we'll have I times root 15 divided by 2. So I can factor out the 2 here. I have x equals that is 1 over 2 times 3 plus or minus I times root 15. Now this is our answer, but we have two values for x, two complex values, which is x2 equals 1 over 2 because we have gotten x1 already, of 3 plus I times root 15, and also x3 equals 1 over 2 of 3 minus I times root 15. These are the two complex values for x, and also we have one real value for x here. Now, we can decide to check if the real value of x or the real value of x has satisfied this equation, that is -2, and we have x power 2 minus x power 3 equals 12. We need to insert this value for x here. I will have -2 to the power of 2 minus -2 to the power of 3 is equals 12. So -2 to the power of 2, that is 4, minus -2 to the power of 3. Now, then when you have a negative number raised to the power of an odd number, this is an odd number, you are going to have negative. So this is just like having negative times 2 to the power of 3, and 2 to the power of 3 is 8, so this will give you -8, and this equals 12. So negative times negative is positive. You have 4 plus 8 equals 12. Here, 4 plus 8 here is 12, and this equals 12. So guys, that is it. Our answer is obviously very correct. And don't forget to subscribe and share. Thank you and goodbye.